But as you go, you also realize that the way that life moves, it just hits people. So you look at your parents and you realize these are people who were also just really trying to figure
Yeah.
things out, right? And most of our parents had children really early, they married early, and so there are things that or choices, things that they may have done that affects you a certain way, but it's also because they didn't have control over everything. So I know there are many people who have the typical broken home kind of story, and mine is one of such. I think I was about 3 when our parents point. I lived with a completely different family. I was literally adopted by a couple.
You were adopted.
Yes, I was adopted. So there was a point in time where I wasn't even called Stephanie. I was called. I had.
Selawe?
You see, Title. I was able to buy a black and white TV with a car battery for our room. I remember the small divider I was sitting in and how we would, connect things to watch. I remember all that. So coming from that into this whole beautiful home in a beautiful community with your own bedroom, bathroom, wardrobe, and they take you shopping and you go and get this cute clothes. We go to, as a kid, I slept in all the big hotels in this country. Swimming pool this weekend. All these things right now look normal, but 2000 or 1999, that was like bougie, being driven to school, that kind of vibe. So that was what I got exposed to. And I
The Spotlight Show.
A very interesting background because I was born by a Muslim father.
What was the conviction? What made you move from Islam to Christianity?
Well, I think my mom sowed the seed because I told you she's a Christian.
Yeah.
And I remember when we were little, she used to take us to church once a while. But at a point, I had to live with my dad. So I just developed interest in becoming a Muslim because my father is a very wonderful man, a very good man. So I just looked at him. I'm like, this man is a good man. I think I'll follow him. My mom is a good woman as well, but I lived with him at that point in time. So I just fell in love with Islam because of him. And then I think it got to a time I had to live with my mom too for a while. Then she started taking me back to church and all that. And because I loved music, anytime I go to church, I got the opportunity to sing. It was Presbyterian church. And anytime in the children's service, anytime they ask someone to give the tune for a song, I'll be the one to do that. So I'm like, oh, singing is actually cool. I'd like to sing more.
Yeah.
So anytime I would go to church because I want to go and sing.
Oh,
yes.
Interesting.
So I did that, I think, after JHS. I had to go to SHS. Then there, I think my first day in school, that first Sunday, I think we're just walking on the corridor, and then it was just a coincidence. And there was this lady walking by me. She became my very best friend in school. She was just walking.
The Spotlight Show.
My name is Daniela, your host for the Spotlight Show. And today is another episode with Stephanie Selawe, who is an entrepreneur, a musician, and also a gospel artist. But she's so much passionate with missions. So today we're going to talk more about her missions and her upbringing, hence that led to her passion in missions. So this is the reason why you should stay tuned and stay glued to your seat to watch this 30 to 45 minutes podcast. But please, you're not doing us any favor when you watch without subscribing, liking, or sharing. So please do and share, because remember, this is a ministry work and we are here to actually build a community to create the awareness of the importance of what people listen to. And please, please, please be part of this. and let's do this. So when you see my apparel looking good, thanks to Macbeth.
The Spotlight Show.
Viewers and listeners, join me. Welcome, Stephanie Selawe, to the Spotlight Show.
Yay!
Stephanie! I like how you said the yay. Welcome to the Spotlight Show.
Thank you.
Finally, I have you seated here.
Happy to be here.
I
Thank you so
know.
much.
From Kofi Enim's, how do you call it?
Live recording.
And that was when I discovered you.
Oh.
When was it? That was 2020 what?
Just last year.
Just last
actually.
year.
Yeah.
Yes. You
Nearly
see,
a year ago.
yeah, there's one thing that you did that drew my attention to you. And anytime I come to Asbury, I've been eyeing you before finally I told you that, lady, please, I want you on my podcast.
Yeah.
Your ministration was one ministration that it didn't look too rehearsed. At the same time, too, I felt the presence of God. And you were so much into the ministration.
Yeah.
What inspires such ministrations?
I think it's about the lyrics, the lyrics and what they minister. To me personally, you know, when you're singing, you're ministering to God, you're ministering to people, but you yourself are also a child of God. You're
Yeah.
also a believer. So your soul is like a recipient of what you are given. So it's not just about singing to other people. So I think for that particular ministration, it was really the song. And then, yes, I think I'm just remembering that I had not been singing for a while. Yes, actually, that just came to mind. I had not been singing for a while because I was dealing with some, personal issues. So even in church, that was like the first time after a year or two that I was singing again. So I think that all of that was also part of it. Yeah.
Even with that, I mean, you've not sung for so long, and you getting on stage, and the worship was just flowing like that.
Flowing.
So, who is Stephanie behind the scenes?
Well, this year I made a post on my birthday and I said that I just want to be my father's daughter. I just want to be Abba's child. Okay, so now if you ask me who I am, that's what I would say. I'm just my father's child. I call myself a Jesus girl. And I know you're a Jesus girl. There are many of
Yeah.
us out there. And it's not just because we just want to carry this title, but it's because we know who we are and what we need, and we understand what our salvation and our walk with the Lord means to us. So for me personally, I'm just a Jesus girl. I'm just God's baby girl. Like that's my posture. That's what I want for myself. I just want to be his child. What that means is that, like, imagine that the whole world, the creator of the whole world is your daddy. You see that kind of Echimude vibe. That's my mind. Besides that, but that's what fuels my life, my direction, right? And so I am a creative person. So I call myself a creative. I like to do things with my hands. I like designing. I like making things. And then I like singing. So I always look for opportunities to give expression to that creativity, which I know is from my father that he has given me. So I look for opportunities to, express that creativity. So singing is one of the ways that I do that. I design stuff. So I started in 2019 the Jesus Girl Ministry, which was for like a creative platform, but to also find easy ways to read and study the Bible. Because I was so curious about the Bible. I look at people quoting scripture and writing. I'm like, hey, how do they get that? And so I was very curious and interested in the Bible. And so I started designing Bible study plans, that I think make it easier for us all to dig in. So I'm a creative person, and I like to express that, in various ways. Okay, so singing is one, designing things. I like organizing events, planning. Like those are things that
the event that you planned, the
inspired
inspired, yeah,
youth
youth,
conference.
conference that I
Yes,
came.
like the youth ministry. We had a whole committee and a team, and I think we did a great.
Oh, it was
We did a
amazing.
great
It was
job.
amazing. I
Yeah.
really loved the engagement, and I think I was in the same group with Auntie Estelle.
Yes.
Yeah, it was
Yes,
amazing. It
she
was
was our
amazing.
youth elder
Yeah,
then. Yeah.
yeah.
So I like things like that. Like they come to me easily. Like I said, I like cooking. My mom has cooked her whole life, like as a
Okay.
caterer. My sister bakes. So we all like cooking. So things like that.
So that's Stephanie, right?
Yeah, I think yeah. The God's baby girl part. Like that's the image that I have for
Into
myself.
Mutimoye what day?
I
Mutimoye what day?
intentionally, yeah, intentionally.
Stephanie, so tell me,
Yeah.
I know you're also passionate about missions,
Yes.
but what aspect of your life has made you so much passionate about mission? Because for somebody to be passionate about something, it means that there is a trigger.
Yeah, you're so right.
Yes, there is a trigger. So what triggered you to be so passionate about missions?
I think the first thing is that, like, no cap. Yeah, I know we are all Christians. Okay, so let no one, bore me or anything. But I'm very, very grateful that I'm saved. Like, I don't know how to stress that. Like, I'm very, very grateful that I'm saved. That's the first thing. And I'm saying that because if you have something that is good, is valuable, and it's a good thing, you share it with people. You share it with people that you love, especially if it's something that is available abundantly.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you share it? So that's one of the reasons, or the main reasons, why I'm passionate about missions. And I think also the exposure to it. I have been a part of different groups, or joined different organizations that afforded me the opportunity to go on mission trips and to learn. But I think that generally I'm a what's the word? Social project, impacts projects kind of person, because I have a pageant background. I've done
Okay.
projects on child labor, cervical cancer. So I already have a flair for those things. Traveling to places to go and try and solve social issues and all that. And then the gospel kicks in, and then another dimension of it is mission. So yes, I love missions because I'm grateful that I'm saved. And if there's any way that I could share that privilege with other people, I would take advantage of it and do that. Then the second one is the exposure that I've had. I used to be part of a group called Wells. I also used to be part of EBSU, EP Students
Yeah.
Union. And those are, the foundations. Okay, we used to have annual congress and things like that, and it will be hosted in maybe a village somewhere. And there are days you have to go out and preach the gospel. I was also part of John Cena World
Cena's,
Outreach.
yeah.
You go to Akosombo. So there are different
You were back in here?
no. I was part of the missions
Okay.
project. I've also gone on missions with I don't remember the organization, but a very good friend of mine, Euclid Ado, and his wife. And then even Asbury. We've
Yeah.
gone to Upper West. So I've been to Upper West, Upper East, different places, Volta region and all that. And so the exposure and the involvement just whips up more curiosity and desire to share the gospel with people. The other thing is that I had the privilege of being discipled by young people.
You okay?
So
you were discipled by young people.
Yes,
You were discipled.
personally, my coming into the faith like more actively was as a result of other people, other young people inviting me to church, and just getting me involved in stuff and teaching me, praying with me. So I have friends, I talk about them all the time.
Yeah.
Patricia invited me to church, and then I met other people, and then I met people like Doreen and Dorcas. And they were very pretty young ladies, and they knew the Bible. Like they were walking the faith life. Like it
Yeah.
was so admirable to me. And this is like 2008 or 2008, 2009. Like we are really young people,
Yeah.
teenagers and all. And so I know firsthand what that impact of having your contemporaries, okay, young people like you or young ladies like you, show up and stand up for the Lord and let other people know that you can live your life for the Lord.
Okay.
So they had that impact on me. And that's how I gradually even got into singing in church. And then now becoming a recording artist, which is the goal, which is what I'm working at. Like I literally wanted to be Rihanna, Beyonce. I grew up in a drinking
Tell me
bar.
about it.
Okay,
You want
so-
to be Rihanna?
You know, the Shakira things. That was the goal. So how do you go from that?
Girl, it's good you were saying.
Girl.
Hey.
That's where I was headed. Like
Wow.
I won't lie to you, okay? Because we had a like a chop bar kind of setting, and it wasn't just our workplace; it was our home. That's what my mom was doing to take care of us, and we were all part of it. So that kind of exposure, like your life is heading in a different tangent. You are dealing with, the people coming in to buy alcohol, and it's a different kind of setting. Then your mindset, your desires, everything will be skewed in a certain direction. So I was heading a completely different direction. Like by now, sister,
Be so gone.
yes, I'd be so gone, and even along the way, I've had challenges. Listen, like 15 years ago, already wanted to sing. I would go into studios with my songs, and people would look at you and it's like, oh, your voice is nice and you're so pretty. Why gospel? Like to them, it's like a waste of time. They wish if you would just agree to do something else, they would push you.
So I mean, you see, I'm not using my script now.
We are just
Yeah. See, Stephanie, you mentioned about the fact that they said you're so pretty. Indeed, you are.
Thank you.
And you see, does it mean that the secular looks more for looks as compared to the gospel side? Or what actually drives people to the secular side? And have you had any taste of the secular side comparing it to the gospel side? You get a question?
So, yeah, I think the reason why they were saying that was that I was going to like regular studios. I was not going to maybe Christian producers, and I didn't know them. That's the thing. If you're not in a certain circles, you will not know a lot of things and you don't know a lot of people. So all I know is, well, this is a recording studio. I want to do a song, and I go there and try to, engage.
Do we even have Christian studios?
So now that I'm within these circles, I realize that yes, we do.
Let us know in the comment section if you know. I think I know about Reverb.
Okay.
That belongs to pardon me, what's his name? Joe
Joe
Metal.
Metal, yes,
Because
music.
we've had tons of rehearsals there before.
Okay.
And then I know about Joyful Way Incorporated, their
Okay.
studio. That one too, I've been there before.
There are many.
There are many. Oh, okay.
There
So
are
if you know
many.
of any gospels, because we don't want to go to any studio that
They'll
be like,
come and tell you to change
you
your
look
lyrics."
so good. Why don't you do this song, brother? Oh, your voice is so nice. No, we are not going to be swayed. Okay. So let us know in the
Yeah,
comment section
yeah.
if you know of any other studio. But Stephanie, tell me about your upbringing, your childhood.
Hey, this story. It's a long story. Which part?
It's a long, because I want viewers to appreciate who you are, your journey. Because the Spotlight Show is all about authenticity.
Yeah.
Okay. We thrive on authentic stories to give people hope. To give, you understand? So tell us a little bit about your upbringing.
Okay, so I usually refer to my upbringing, my childhood, as a roller coaster, because I think there was just too much instability for me as a child. Okay, but as you go, you also realize that the way that life moves, it just hits people. So you look at your parents and you realize these are people who were also just really trying to figure
Yeah.
things out, right? And most of our parents had children really early, they married early. And so there are things that, or choices, things that they may have done that affect you a certain way. But it's also because they didn't have control over everything. So I know there are many people who have the typical broken home kind of story, and mine is one or such. I think I was about 3 when our parents went their separate
years.
ways. Yeah, and my mom was pregnant, heavily pregnant with our second, my younger sister.
So you are the first?
So yeah, I'm the first between my parents.
Okay.
So my mom was pregnant with her second child, which is my younger sister, when they went separate ways. And my mom will always tell the tale of how I in particular was just too attached to my dad. So when she tried to live with us, I didn't want to, you know. And so I ended up with my dad at a point. And so there was a shuffling, you know, back and
that
forth.
kind of thing. You go and spend 1 week with your mother, 2 weeks with your father.
The next
and
time you are here.
You are going to your mother, but you know that you're not going to your mother. And then you tell your mother that, oh, I'm going to my father. Before you know it, you are somewhere else. Were you like that?
No. I'm talking like I was 3, like I was really young. So this is different.
Okay.
So my mom would tell you, like, if we're away from my dad, I would literally fall sick. And it's like, she just has to take you back, sort of. But you know you're a child. By the time you get to your dad, you also want to go back to your mom. So what I'm saying is that I lived, you know, with them at different points. So there was a lot of moving around and instability. And at a point, I lived with a completely different family. I was literally adopted by a couple. You know,
you were adopted.
Yes, I was adopted. So there was a point in time where I wasn't even called Stephanie. I was called Priscilla Tittle. I had
Priscilla what?
you see?
Oh, Priscilla what?
Tittle.
Tittle.
Yes. So I have friends who still know that name and they call me by it and I get pissed and they don't understand because like I don't really have very good memories from that time. So I try to move on. And so imagine, you know, you're a child, at a point you are called this, at another point.
I want to hit that particular place. So Priscilla Tittle. Tell us about Priscilla. Let's put Stephanie behind.
Aside.
Yes. Let's put Stephanie aside.
Hey.
Who was Priscilla Tittle before
coming
Stephanie?
Back to
Yes.
Because she was Stephanie first.
Yes.
And then she became
Okay,
so Priscilla Tittle was a child to a Ghanaian mother and a German father. So that's where the name Tittle comes from.
Okay, I thought it was some fancy name.
No.
You know. Tittle.
So yeah, so I'm like in this new world, which is very different because I'm with my mom, who is a single mom and her 2 girls. And you know, life is hitting us, and she's working multiple jobs, seeing us through school. And I, this distant relative of yours, not even distant, she was my relative, like my mom's aunt, who was married to a white man, and they didn't have kids and wanted to adopt a child, and they thought it would be better to adopt somebody from near, you know, not, you know. So I end up becoming their child. They take me away with them. And so I'm in a new world. And it's really nice. Like, really nice. At this time, I'm like 7 or 8. And we go into this new house. Like, an environment I've never, you know, experienced before. So when you see me, like, it's like I'm 2 personalities in one. Like, put me in a broke situation, I'll be fine. But I also have some bougie in the hand because I had been exposed to the DB, you know, kind of life. Like, it was really that kind of DB life and setting. Like, you go into the house, you have your own room, that kind of thing. This is 90 something, you know. And from where I was coming from, that was like we were in a single room, right, with a curtain divider. So
my mom used to call that place holiest of holiest. That curtain is called holiest of holiest. So when something is about ongoing, that's when the kettle will be drawn. And
But my mom was a single mom, so maybe one of us would sleep with her on the other side. But even in that single, like it was our cozy. We had one couch at a point. I remember very well when my mother was able to buy a black and white TV with a car battery for our room. I remember the small divider I was sitting in and how we would, connect things to watch. I remember all that. So coming from that into this whole beautiful home in a beautiful community with your own bedroom, bathroom, wardrobe, and they take you shopping and you go and get this cute clothes. We go to, as a kid, I slept in all the big hotels in this country. Swimming pool this weekend. All these things right now look normal, but 2000 or 1999, that was like
your life.
Bougie, being driven to school, that kind of vibe. So that was what I got exposed to. And I remember my very first night in that house, I didn't sleep. I stayed up all night singing and crying. The whole night. So my mom, as in my adoptive mom, had to come and say, "Oh, it's okay. You have to sleep. It's okay." So I had to calm down a little, and then so gradually I settled into that life, and that was my life.
I see.
Big birthday parties, big school, and that kind of thing. Yeah. So that was a season. And unfortunately, things took a different turn because they were having marital issues as well. And so in that setting, you are an only child, right? And so things started getting sour. There was, the environment started
became
getting
toxic,
hostile and toxic. And I had really, really bad experiences. And so at a point, they also went their separate ways and they brought me back to my mom. So I went from being Stephanie to Priscilla to being back to Stephanie.
So on this note,
that's the roller coaster.
Stephanie, Priscilla, Tatel, viewers and listeners, shall we go on a commercial break? The Spotlight Show, Daniela. Viewers and listeners, welcome to the Spotlight Show. Do not forget to like
and subscribe.
Like
and subscribe.
The Spotlight Show.
You are welcome back to the Spotlight Show. My guest Stephanie, your host Daniela, and we are getting into our game segment.
Right.
So Stephanie, I've already briefed you.
Let's do this.
So our game segment has to do with our values, and then we are 6, and then you roll the dice. What you get is what we talk about or what you sing about.
Reach.
Yes.
Okay.
So there you go.
All right.
Let me check so that before you hear moves. 4. All right. Let's see.
Drum rolls.
Stephanie, you think Hope has found you?
Sister, Hope has found me. Yeah, Hope has found me.
Tell us about it.
So with the story that I've just shared about my childhood and all that, it's easy to talk about these things and laugh now, but different experiences have left different residues, okay? And so there's something about finding Jesus and then coming to the understanding that your identity is beyond all these things, okay? Yes, you come from a family. Yes, you come from parents who, you came to this world through them. They named you. And your whole life, from the beginning to a certain point, is all about their choices and what's happening in their lives as well. So yes, you do come from somewhere. But beyond that, you have an identity. So to find that I have an identity uniquely in the Lord as a child of God, I'm an heir of his kingdom beyond my earthly identity, that was all the hope that I needed. And it has really, really helped me stay grounded because I battle a lot with rejection, feeling unwanted, no matter what. There are spaces that no matter what, I just don't feel, but I still work through it. So everything you see me do or be, like, it's not because I'm confident and all of that, because left to my actual self, I would be so lost.
Let me tell you this. I mean, most of us have actually come from a place of brokenness, a place of depression, because there were I think I've shared my story with you. There were a number of times that I was suicidal, all because of I got married, and I don't want to say it wasn't really the right person, but for some reason we got divorced and all that, and I began to question myself a lot.
Yeah.
Because here's the case that, I mean, you've made plans, you know, and it's like the plan was not planning, and you have to find ways and means to get back to what God has actually purposed for your life. And sometimes we don't even know what God has in store for us. Like the life is just lifing us and it's just blowing us like that. You understand? But you said something that resonates so well with me. Hope. Our hope is in Christ, and our identity is in Christ. Because sometimes when you try to even know yourself, you may
you miss it.
Exactly. Yeah. You may miss, but when you get to know that Jesus loves you.
Yes.
No matter what, whether you live in a single bedroom, whether you live in a wherever, Jesus loves you. No matter the work that you do, even when you feel lost, Jesus loves you.
So not alone.
So it means that you have battled. We don't need to actually go through every single battle that you've gone through, but has any of the battles informed your mission, informed your song, or has birthed any song that is even a form of encouragement to yourself?
So my very first song ever was like 13 years ago, and the title is Only He Knows.
Only He knows.
Only He knows. So only He knows where He's leading me, what He's doing with me, and where He's taking me. And that was because I was sharing earlier, I had a prophetic encounter. There was a season in my life that I had several, and it was just back to back, and they were so consistent. But this one started from, the man of God telling me about, from my childhood, oh, this is what your mother went through, and you were born at this time on this. Like, I know some of these things can be cheesy.
A true prophet.
Can be cheesy.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was like a narration of your life, right? And because of the accuracy and things my mom had told me, I felt like, okay, if God knows me and knows all these details and has seen all these things, then it means that whatever He tells me about tomorrow, I can trust that. I can trust that.
Yeah.
So in as much as you have people in your life, there's one person who really knows, because you belong to Him. He knows why He brought you here, what He's doing with you, where He's taking you.
Yeah.
So Only He Knows is like my favorite song. And it was also the first time I actually went out and recorded. It was the first time I went through that whole process. I didn't have the experience. So Only He Knows is like that song.
Stephanie,
for me.
I am not a prophet or a prophetess, but I feel that there's more to He Knows in terms of that album or in terms of that song. And you need to let it out.
Oh, really? You feel there's more to...
You can decide to write a book about it.
Oh, there's more.
There's more.
I get you.
Do you understand me?
I get you. It should
Only
be
He knows. The
expounded.
title, I mean, it's a bit ambiguous. Only He knows, but you knew why you gave that title.
To
like
the
Only He
song.
knows. That's in Nyame nkwa nenim. What they want to? Nyame nkwa nenim, but Nyame nkwa nenim de wa femu.
And also count.
What's he say? What's he say?
It's also part. Only He knows.
Only He knows. So I think, you see, as children of God, I believe that we shouldn't always let people see the beauty side of us. I mean, behind all the makeup, behind all the beauty or whatever you see, on
There's
set or
more.
whatever. There's more to it. So sometimes as children of God, we need to let people see our brokenness, how
Yes.
broken we were,
Yes.
and how God has picked up the pieces
And put it
and
together.
put it together. Okay, so tell me about Trust EP.
I guess it also goes back to the same thing, so like putting all your trust in the person that you know knows what you don't know. You don't have the full picture. Just like Abraham, like God tells him, leave your father's house and go to a place I will show you.
Yeah.
What makes you make that move when you don't have the full picture? Like you're just trying to be obedient. You're just trying to do as the Lord has asked you to do. But it's also because you fully trust that even though you don't know the full picture and he says go, you can go because you trust him. He's the one that's holding you. He's the one that's keeping you. He's the one that is leading you. And ultimately, like the purpose of your life is found in him. Do you get it? So if you say go and I'm going to hit something and I don't know, you are the one who knows. So it's the Trust EP is just about all of that. And like having this kind of experience and feeling like you don't have anyone, you can't trust anyone, or no one knows you, no one gets you. You can only connect back to God.
Yeah.
Really. Like you can only connect back to God. So that's what the Trust EP is about. And the songs, like the lyrics, for me, it was just about my heart. Like I just wanted to pour out my heart. Okay, so we have a song like Sustain. All of my hope is you. All of my
Can
joy
you just
is
sing
you.
the chorus? Girl, I know it's Sunday and you use all your voice to sing, but please give me.
So
Don't you want to hear your voice?
you sustain me as all of my hope is you. All of my peace is you. All of my joy is you. All of my strength is you. Lord, you empower me. Lord, you encourage me. Lord, you breathe life in me. Lord, you empower me. You sustain me. Jesus.
So you keep on talking about sustenance.
Yes.
God empowering you.
Yes. Encouraging you.
So do you think there's more to Stephanie that has not yet been birthed yet or has not popped out yet?
Yes. There's so much more. There's so much more. And I see it. I feel it bubbling in me.
Because I know you to be a PR person.
Yes. So I'm a comms person. I went to GIJ, now Unimac, but some of us old school, we still call it GIJ.
yeah.
So I studied communications, PR, marketing, and all of that. And, I feel like I'm literally still doing the same thing, even if it's on the gospel scene. Yeah. I really wanted to go there, but God said go here. So I'm here.
Okay, so Stephanie, why is it that now, let me say some of the Gen Zs do not like hymns that much?
Hymns.
Yes.
It's not just them. Even the millennials, some are.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I think maybe it's about exposure. Maybe those before them, like we the millennials, have not really continued with hymns. And then also churches, church service, order of service and things have changed.
Yeah.
So they've not been exposed to it. So we can't really judge them. Like since they don't know it, we can't tell that, they don't like it.
Hymns that
Yeah.
much. Okay, so let's just delve into what's your other side in terms of beauty.
Hey, it's also
Yes,
parts.
it's parts.
Which
Because I know you love makeup, you love to design. You said it yourself.
You said it.
Yes. So what is
Agreed.
what is your take on tattoos, piercing, and anklets?
My take.
On tattoos, piercings, and anklets.
I feel like there's nothing special about them as in terms of debate or conversation. Like there's nothing to them. They are what's the word? There's a scripture that talks about like elementary things. It's like, yeah, it's there, you can talk about it, but then then what? I don't really think those things are a big deal, whether you want to do them or you don't want to do them, because
Let me set a perfect scenario.
yeah.
Example, artist A has tons of piercings, okay, who is a gospel artist and dresses some kind of way.
Okay.
Okay. And then when we go to the secular world, artist B, okay, also have piercings, anklets, and all that, but just that the messages are different.
Yeah.
Do you think there is a confusion somewhere? I'm drawing the conversation somewhere.
I don't think so. You see, the thing about the body, okay, is that we are really becoming varieties. And the Bible acknowledges that there are stages of growth. Okay, so some of these things, when we expand on them too much, it's like we are focusing on what is not necessary. There are things more necessary. You may see someone having piercings and tattoos, and it's probably just a face. It's probably just a phase in their work. So we have to be careful. In as much as we want people to do the right thing. Yes, we have to be modest, we have to be decent, and we have to focus on what we are here to do. We are here to talk about the gospel. But there are people at different phases, and there's room for everybody. There's room for everybody. Somebody may be coming from a certain lifestyle and into the faith, and they have not completely shed off everything. There is space for them. There is stage and there's a phase for them. So we just have to be careful. But I mean, there are some people that we all know as mature. So when they go and do something like that, then it becomes, something else. But some things are like, they are not the ish. And who here? It's not a big deal. Some things are not necessary for us to make a big deal out of them. Yeah.
So do you think we Christians shouldn't put so much energy in looks?
I mean, it's not necessary.
Some
if you
people
ask me
find,
personally, like since I was a teenager and in my 20s, like I used to have cracked sandals under my feet. I didn't wear what I wanted to wear. I have looked forward to my 30s, and the fact that me 30s are member life. So if you ask me personally, I'm very intentional about member life.
Yeah.
So that's
and
me.
Actually, life.
Yeah, like it's not even a mistake. The other thing is the other thing is that I don't really have like my week is somewhere. I don't dress up. Sundays are my only opportunities. So I don't spare Sundays. During the week, I don't have like a corporate job where I get to dress up every day and all
but
that.
no, wait. I thought you were working with Footprints, or you work with Footprints?
No, I don't
work with your corporate work.
No, I don't work with Footprints.
Oh, okay. You're no more, or you used to?
No, I don't work with Footprints. There was someone, a presenter wasn't available in a season, and I stepped in to do the countdown. Yeah, that's not like it was like a once a week thing, some 40 minutes thing. Yeah. So
let's talk about mental health.
Hey.
When it comes to men and women who are battling with mental health, what do you have to say about that?
So when it comes to faith, like faith circles and conversations, it's like it's a bit dicey. Personally, there are things that I wish I would even talk about, but somehow it's like it questions your faith. Like if you call yourself a Christian, what do you mean by you have mental health issues? There are people that look down on it, but we've had gospel artists committing suicide. We've had people going through things and dealing with things. So I think just like if somebody was ill and a doctor prescribed them medication, as much as they would be praying, you wouldn't tell them not to go to the doctor or not to take their medication. Like, we have to take it serious. And we understand that there are illnesses that have spiritual bearing, and there are illnesses that have maybe something physical or just your body and all that. So don't isolate mental health from how you treat malaria. If you feel your malaria was a demonic thing and you want to pray about it, still take it serious and pray about it. The same way as mental health. So I think we need to be careful when people try to open up. We all do it, and we have to be careful. Don't undermine it. Don't brush it off. And sometimes it's not like the person is discouraging you. They'll be like, what do you mean you are depressed? But you
Yeah.
you're always
Yeah.
happy. That's a way of silencing someone and making them feel like they cannot open up because you already have an image of them, and you don't want that image to shake.
Yeah.
Like, you know me to be joyful and happy and all that, but there are times when I am depressed. There are times when I have been suicidal. There are times when I was absolutely convinced that it's so bad, I don't want to be here. So we need to understand that it's a thing so that we can show up for people more. Even if it's through prayer. If you don't know, how will you pray? But if we demonize it, or it's like it's a different thing, then people will feel like they cannot talk about it. But let's be real, like the way that life is, if Christ has said in life you will face troubles and tribulation, why do you think mental health issues is not one of them?
Yeah. Yeah.
Do you get
yeah.
it? So we have to be
Very.
careful and alert
Very true.
about it so that we can open up to each other. You can call on someone and say, you know what, this week I'm really down there and I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm not able to pray. Can you pray with me? But the moment we put it in a different box, I feel like I cannot come and tell you that I'm having a struggle.
Yeah.
Do you get
So
it?
who would Stephanie be in the next 2 to 3 years?
Only he knows. In the next 2 to 3 years.
Stephanie, you need to release more songs.
See, I can give you at least 100 songs that I have. I'm just praying for the opportunities, the provision, the support. I'm just trusting God for that. Earlier this year, I was talking to one of our elders in church, Uncle, and I was like, I don't want to die with all the things that I can feel inside of me.
Exactly.
But I'm trying.
Stephanie, start small.
I'm trying. There's nothing I haven't started. All of them, I've been trying. Year in, year out, I try. Year in, year out, I've been trying. So I think it's about times and seasons.
So far, how many albums or how many songs do you have?
So I have the Trust EP, which has 6 songs. And yeah, I think that's just about it, because I had 2 singles before, but we recorded them all under the umbrella of the Trust EP. So that'll be 6 songs that are out, but many more on my phones, in my laptop, my journals. But I pray with them, I worship with them.
I mean, for Kofi Enim to put you, and is it Enim to put you on his program?
That was a beautiful opportunity.
Yes, that was a beautiful. So I am actually looking forward. He actually featuring you.
Amen.
I just can't wait for him to come to Ghana.
We actually have a song together. Can you imagine?
You see, I'm a prophetess.
We have a song together, which was supposed to be on the Trust EP.
Kofi, they may train so big Ghana. I'm just waiting for him to get to Ghana, and then you guys have to bring out the song.
We will.
I just can't wait. On this note, let's go on the commercial break. That's for Light Show.
Hi, my name is Stephanie, and I want you to join me on the Spotlight Show for an awesome episode where I'm going to share about my faith, missions, music, and so much more. Stay tuned. Please like, share, and subscribe.
Welcome back to the Spotlight Show. Stephanie is here with me, and she's going to talk about how she manages burnout.
Burnout. So lately I try not to even get to that point. So I take on less tasks. I delegate, and I try to pace things out so that I don't get burnout. Yeah.
Some of us, when we get burnout, that's when, just in case we are home, that's when we open the fridge the more.
What's happening in the fridge?
We are burnt out, as in, yeah. Again, okay, yeah.
Refill.
Yeah. So, Stephanie, you mentioned about what hope means to you.
Yeah.
Okay. But with the kind of let me say, trauma that you went through until now, what is your hope message for listeners and viewers?
My hope message is that Jesus Christ is the hope of the whole world. The world is going in certain directions. Like you look around and it's like, is it a movie or is it real? All the things that are happening in our world today, like it's really crazy. And to me, it just reminds me that it is proof that this world will have to come and pass because it's getting messy. It cannot continue like this. So
Yeah.
it will come to an end. And then what does it mean? Jesus Christ is the hope of the whole world, and He is your hope as a person too. So try and cling on to Him.
And anytime you think you are out of hope and you need help, talk to a friend who can lead you to the
Don't keep
right
to yourself.
person, the right place. Please, I emphasize the right places,
The right
person.
Because
Because you seeking
hey, it can land you
for
somewhere
that
else, isn't it?
hope, you seeking for answers,
Yes.
can land you somewhere
Hey.
else that you may not want to. At the end of the day, before you know it, you are just swayed. You're just
Yeah.
gone like that.
Yeah.
And I really know what I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
So when we talk about calling, have you doubted your calling in any way?
Yes and no.
Stop confusing me.
Sorry.
What is yes and no?
So yes and no because like personally I don't come from that serious Christian ministry background. So like how could you possibly be calling me to do anything? I don't even know what it means. So that's one side of it. And no, because look, He's able to use anybody for anything. And I've also come to understand that my life belongs to Him. So I don't doubt my calling. There are things that make me feel unseen, misplaced sometimes, but I still go back to the fact that I'm not the one doing the calling. So it's not about me. It's not about me. It's about Him. So I fully trust my journey. I trust the journey that the Lord is taking me through the process. And my life is like surrendered, honestly. There's nothing else I'd rather do. My life is surrendered for whatever the Lord wants to do. It's just not time. Like, I really want to sing. I really want to preach. I just, like I keep saying, like I can feel so much bubbling in me that I just want to let out. And sometimes you are not too sure where and how. But you see, there are things that are in front of us as we go. Where are you now? I serve in church.
Yeah.
Okay.
You
and
say,
I
in
do
fact,
other
you
things.
serve so many ways, in so many
in
ways.
church
Yeah.
in so many ways. So that to me is my expression. But